I've always gotten mixed opinions on bye weeks. Like, there's part of me that's like, great, the team gets some rest, you get healthy, you get a Saturday where you're not anxious or frustrated or just plain pissed off at your football team. But also, it's kind of boring. You go a full college football Saturday, and yeah, I still love watching ball, but no Tennessee game on. Well, that changes, at least for now, for the next couple of weeks. Of course, you got a bye week later in the season, but you get into your SEC schedule and you do it against the Arkansas Razorbacks this weekend at home, currently sitting at a 13.5-point favorite. On today's show, we're going to talk Jermod McCoy because we got a massive update today. But before we get into today's update, I got to tell you about our most recent one. Okay, this is from 2 weeks ago. Pete Nakos with On3 said sources have told On3 that Arkansas is being targeted as a return date for Jermod McCoy. So we went into this week thinking we might see him on Saturday. Well, we have a brand new update on Jermod McCoy from the head honcho himself, Josh Heupel, also from Pete Nakos, Chris 3, and those insiders with On3. I'll tell you what that is in just a couple of seconds. But before that, I need 47 diehard Vol fans to subscribe to the channel because we are only 47 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. What do you get in return, you ask? Well, you get a daily video, all 100% free. We will never charge on this channel as long as you guys keep subscribing, and you guys have been doing that. We're adding like 1,000 subscribers a week, and it's because this is the best fan base, not only in college football, but in all of sports. So I need you guys to help me get to our next milestone, 7,000 subscribers. I want to do it by the end of the day. If you haven't joined us yet, today's a perfect day to do so. So like Josh Heupel does every single Monday, he spoke to the media today. And, of course, with that game against Arkansas coming up, there was a lot of questions about Jermod McCoy and if we'd finally see him for the first time in this entire season since he tore his ACL last January. And Josh Heupel said, Jermod continues to do a great job in his rehab with our medical staff, our strength staff. He's got more to go. I think it's all about him being prepared to go play. There's a lot of things that go into that. You look at the position he plays, all the reactionary work that you have to have, and so you're always balancing his ability to be prepared in short-term and long-term health as well. So my initial reaction to this, as somebody who analyzes this team, and typically when Josh Heupel speaks, try to analyze everything he says, it doesn't sound too positive for Saturday. Right? I mean, Josh Heupel literally said himself, he's got more to do. He's got more of a ways to go. And then Pete Nakos pretty much, tied the bow on this whole thing and said that, sources tell, Chris Lowe and I were on 3, that Jermod McCoy is unlikely to play against Arkansas. And while you might be upset, and I, for one, there's a little part of me that's upset because I will be at the Arkansas game, so I was excited to see his return, see him flash up on the big screen, everybody go crazy. I think this is the correct decision, though. I will never, ever be upset with a medical staff, with a head coach who holds somebody back from injury just a little bit longer than we all anticipated, especially when it's an ACL tear, and especially when it was an ACL tear 9 months ago. There's plenty of games left to be played. Plenty of time for him to come back in this season, right? You go on the road to Alabama next week, then you play Kentucky on the road again, then you got Oklahoma at home, you got your bye week, New Mexico State, Florida, Vanderbilt. That's how you wrap this thing up. And I've never really wanted Arkansas to be the return date anyway. Like, this screenshot you're about to see is a video from September 15th, 2025. So about 3.5 weeks ago. And I said, honestly, I just want him back by Bama. And honestly, I'd like him back by Bama, but I just want him back when he feels ready to be back. Who am I to tell Jermod McCoy when to come back? It's his future that has to go in this decision as well. It's his draft stock. It's everything. And again, it's been 9 months. So do I wish he was playing against Arkansas? Yeah, of course I do. He makes this team better. But also, I don't want to rush him back and further that injury. Because like Josh Heupel said, the position he plays, a lot of cutting, a lot of reactionary work, and a lot of work on those ACLs and those knees. Okay? So, at the end of the day, I'm not that upset about this. What say you guys? You let me know down below. When do you think Jermod McCoy will return? Is it going to be against Bama? Maybe against Kentucky? Maybe against OU? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. While you're in that comment section, you will find my Twitter. And just like this channel has been, I've actually been growing like crazy on there. It's currently sitting at 1,390 Twitter followers. My goal is to, by today, get that to 1,400. So what I need, 10 Vol fans to find me on Twitter. Again, I put the link down below. You just got to click on it. Go ahead, give me a follow. We've been growing like crazy. I think I'm over at around 600 followers since I started this channel. Let's keep that moving, okay? At Joey Peterson 8, that's where you can find me. So I think the Bama return, if we're being honest, like if we're talking about when he's going to return, is still 50-50 for McCoy. I think that's still a coin flip. And that might suck because you're playing Bama, and they look a lot better than they did after week 1, and that's on the road. You haven't won in Alabama in a very, very long time. With that being said, I do still trust Colton Hood to hold it down, though. And that's the part about getting McCoy back. I don't want McCoy back because I don't trust Colton Hood. I want McCoy back because he's one of this team's best players, and that means you'd have McCoy and Hood on the field at the same time. And Colton Hood has been one of the best defensive players in football this year. And that's not an exaggeration. 7 receptions he's allowed for 56 yards. He's forced 5 incompletions. Quarterbacks have a passer rating of 40.9 when throwing at him. And he also has 2 touchdowns himself. That's not touchdowns he's allowed. That's touchdowns he's scored on a scoop and score and on a pick 6. So, yeah, I got trust in Colton Hood. I got all the faith in him in the world. It's Ty Redmond that, although I love him, okay, don't get me wrong, and although I'm excited about what he's going to turn into, there's a little bit of question marks. And you're about to face a quarterback in Taylen Green that's one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. He just happens to play on a really bad Arkansas team. But if he played on Alabama, if he played on LSU, if he played on Ohio State, on Texas, everybody in the country would know his name. But he doesn't. He plays for Arkansas. He's got one receiving threat that kind of scares me, Omega Blake. He's no like Armstrong last year who absolutely torched you on Arkansas, but he's still a really good player. He's still a really good threat. I mean, he's 400 yards receiving in just 5 games this year with 3 touchdowns and 30 catches. So if I'm Tim Banks and I'm going into this game, and I'm going into it without Jermod McCoy, I would love less man coverage than we saw against Georgia. I think that's the reason you lost that game. I think Tim Banks did not have a great scheme going into it. And I'm not anywhere near on the fire Tim Banks train like a lot of people are. But I do think that was a bad coaching showing for him against the Georgia Bulldogs. Coming out, having a true freshman in Ty Redmond play press man coverage for what felt like the entirety of the game. But also, you got to be disciplined in zone. And this is what scares me. We showed you this clip last week. It's in the Mississippi State game. It's Andre Turrentine. This looks like cover 2, meaning he has the deep half of this field. You need to watch the 2 receivers in yellow in this play, okay? That guy who's right above the SEC logo, he's going to be running like a post route. And the guy that's at the bottom of your screen, he's going to be running a go. So Turrentine usually has that deep half of the field. He should be all over that post route. Because guess what? Or excuse me, on that go route. Because guess what? The linebacker, I believe that's Arian Carter, has that deep middle zone. This looks a little bit like Tampa 2 maybe even because that linebacker's going way deep. He's got that post route covered. But Turrentine sees that post route. He has bad discipline. He jumps on it, leaving the guy at the bottom of your screen absolutely wide open. Now, thank goodness Blake Shapen threw a bad ball because, guess what? It was completed, but it wasn't completed for a touchdown. Regardless, I sit here and I say I want more zone coverage. But if they play zone, you got to be disciplined in doing it, okay? If you're going to try to help out Ty Redmond, try to give him less press man one-on-one opportunities to help, not let anything over you, not let any up any big plays like you did against Georgia, these safeties had to play a lot better. Speaking of Colton Hood, what's your confidence level in him? Let me know by scaling it for me 1 to 100 in the comment section down below. I think I started this season at like a 70. And then I think each week it's gone up. I think I'm at like a 95 right now, but probably even a 100. He's been phenomenal. Coming up, we got more injury updates for you. Don't go anywhere. David Sanders, a guy we saw for the first time in a Tennessee Volunteers uniform against Mississippi State. We got a new update on him and his status for Saturday's game against the Hogs. Before that, we got an awesome status for you guys on this sale. Was $65. Now it's $27. People say Tennessee doesn't have a good education system, or the University of Tennessee isn't a scholarly school. Guess what? I can do the math on that. That's $38 off. chatsports.com/UT sweatshirt. I put that link in the comment section and description. I made it as easy as I could for you. You don't even have to memorize it. You don't even have to type it out. All you got to do is go down to the comments and click on that link, and they'll take you right here. Rumor on the street as well. It's even on a bigger discount than that, but you're going to have to see it, check it out. Looks good. It's classic look. Feels good. If you need something new to wear to, Neyland Stadium, these cold October nights, this is it. Chatsports.com/UT sweatshirt. All right, let's talk about David Sanders. The 5-star offensive tackle, true freshman, who we didn't see throughout the first 4 weeks of the season, got his first moment in Week 5 against Mississippi State, played phenomenally. So, of course, Josh Heupel got more questions about him. He said he's cleared to play. Not ready to say anything on if he is starting. We're going to need all of them. Talking, obviously, about all of the offensive linemen. And honestly, when it comes to David Sanders, it does not make me that mad that he's not starting. If he doesn't start, you're not going to hear me really complain about it. Because guess what? This offensive line in those first 4 weeks, even without David Sanders, they were phenomenal. I am so impressed with what they've done. We came into this year and we thought, man, you're losing Cooper Mays. You're losing the bell cow of this offensive line. What the hell is going to happen to you? Cooper Mays wasn't the only one you lost. Guess what? It's even better than it was last year. Only 4 sacks allowed in 2025. That's the 11th best in FBS. And of those 4 sacks, only 3 of them are allowed when Aguilar is in at quarterback. Meaning one of them was allowed when Jake Merklinger was in. I believe it was Merklinger. Maybe it was McIntyre. Regardless, it was in garbage time moments against a garbage team. So in reality, you've only really let up 3 sacks this season. Now, some of that is on Aguilar and his escapability. He does that phenomenally. I love that about him. He's got a little Tony Romo in him where, boom, he's a magician. He's gone. He's out of the pocket. He's escaping sacks, but still, this offensive line has been phenomenal. So, yeah, I'd love to see David Sanders get some playing time. I'd like to see him start, but what I'm telling you is if he doesn't start, I'm not going to bat an eye. Because guess what? He's a true freshman. You got this guy for a lot longer. Grade the offensive line to the first 5 games for me. A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section. I'm giving him an A, but you let me know where you're giving him down below. Before we wrap up, I got to tell you guys about the latest scheduling news. 7:30 p.m. That's when the 3rd Saturday in October is kicking off. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. That game will be in Tuscaloosa. I was in Tuscaloosa the last time this thing was played. Was very, very happy at halftime. Second half, not so much. Regardless, it's going to be a night game. ABC. So that means Kirk and Chris on the call. It'll be a fun day, man. Fun game. Cannot wait for that one. Also, I got to leave you with a hot take. I tweeted this out. This game, Tennessee-Bama, should be played in orange versus crimson. In my opinion, there's no way you should be playing this game and either team wears white. It just looks so good. Those 2 colors on the field going up against each other. It just throws you back. And I'm not going to act like I was alive when this was happening. Hell, I don't even know if my dad was alive when this picture was taken. Regardless, it looks better, it's cleaner, and that's what I would love to see for this game going forward. Alrighty, now we're actually leaving. Make sure you got me followed on social media, Twitter, TikTok, trying to get that ramped up, and Instagram as well. Instagram, I don't do as much Vols coverage, but if you want to see my wife, if you want to see my dog Applesauce, if you want to see my family, if you want a little inside peek into my life outside of Tennessee, that's where you can find it. And if you guys are not subscribed, you got to change that today. YouTube.com/VolsTalk. Promise you, you're not going to regret hitting that sub button. And if you do, we'll see you next time.